Since I cannot be the only one that's gotten crappy packages in the mail like this, I wanted to make a short and sweet video of how I package stuff up, since I was about to send out a silver coin, and I figured you can apply this to really anything that you're mailing. Now, I know you probably know how to mail stuff, but I figured I could cover at least how I package this coin, and how I package banknotes and kind of numismatic items, and then you can apply that to comic books and cards and whatever it is that you sell online. All right, so real quick, supplies. Obviously, packing tape, bubble wrap. I get these, and they're like little pouches like this. They're really awesome. If you buy them in bulk, I'll put a link to them, then you can get a whole bunch of them for just a couple cents per little package. I broke my tape thing, but normally I'd obviously have a dispenser. These are really awesome Boris Vallejo old book covers, but this was an example of don't go crazy and use colorful stuff like this to label anything, so I don't use them for that. Maybe if I send a birthday card, you know, without money or anything in it, then they are really awesome. But just an example of don't use these. These are the bee's knees. These are like a game changer for everything. These are the larger Golden Age comic book backing boards. These can be cut down to basically anything and everything. You can even make boxes out of them, custom boxes, to fit stuff like encapsulated cards, things of that nature. I'll show that in another video because it's boring, but these are awesome. I use them for everything. That's what this is here. Now, this is the coin in question that I'm sending. It's a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle, and I am going to normally put this in a coin flip. But since I want to show every aspect, let's say you don't have a coin flip, you don't have some sort of like little coin capsule, then we can make one out of said backing boards. If you don't have those, use cardstock, index card, something thicker, but not like cardboard thick. But that's what this is. This is an old TCG top loader. I just like using these for like a bunch of stuff. They're an extra layer of protection, but you can let me know what you use. I buy these in bulk too, where they're only about 5 cents a piece. So that's pretty cool. Probably a dummy thing to say, but nice clean shipping labels. I have the Rollo printer that prints their shipping address onto a sticky label, but I got these just to show you. And then we got regular Scotch tape, good old skizzers, and I always include a thank you note when I send stuff out, but you don't have to do that. I just like to do that. So, other than that, of course, nice envelope. I like using manila, or if that's correct, I don't know, whatever. A darker envelope. That way you can't see through it. That's another no-no, is I hate getting stuff in clear. Who the heck's sending stuff in clear stuff? White envelopes where you can see clearly what's in it by holding it up to the light. Once we're done, you won't be able to do that with any bit of this. You can always use good old computer paper. Maybe double it up with a couple of sheets if you're going to use that to like obscure what's in the envelope. But that's kind of my other thing, is always obscure stuff. So don't use anything super wild and colorful and label-like, and don't write, hey, there's money on this thing, or anything like that. So let's get this thing packaged. So you're probably like, get to it, man. Normally I hit these with either a stapler, but in this case, to make it simple for whoever's going to open it, I'm just going to make my little, again, I'd use a coin flip normally, but I just cut this down so that way we can simulate a coin flip if we don't have one. So there we go. Now we want to keep it from sliding around a ton. So we introduce our guy here, the top loader. These are really awesome. I mean, like I said, you can use these for a ton of things, and it really just holds the coin right in there like so, and we leave a little tab so they can pull it out once they get it. I'll link all this stuff, like the little packages and bulk envelopes and all that, because at the end of this, I want to talk about, you know, cost of shipping, because that's a big factor too. You're probably like, well, that's cool you use all this stuff, Kyle, but if it costs a ton of money to ship the thing, then that's stupid. So I will break down the cost before I actually throw it in the envelope. So we got ourselves, you know, obviously we threw it in our card stock. We put it in, well, first we put the coin in a coin flip, or one we made, in the top loader. Then we put the top loader into nice little package here. I threw a little tape just to secure it so it's not popping open when they pull it out of the bag. I hate that when I pull something out, it just goes flopping out of there. But I don't want to use packing tape because I don't want them to have to use a knife to cut it open. Anywho, I always affix my little thank you note to the package. Bada bing, bada boom. World's a better place with you in it. Ain't that the truth? Same goes for all you folks out there. And this method can be used for, like I said, encapsulated cards. This is a cute little Valentine's one, but regular cards, but throw it in a top or a sleeve. And this can be applied to money, and I'll show you that in just a second. So anyway, cost-wise, we're talking top loader. Maybe we'll call it 6 cents, 5 or 6 cents for the top loader. For this little card, of course, nothing really, but we'll call it a penny. About 5 cents, 6 cents in bubble wrap when you buy them in bulk like I do. The envelope itself actually comes out more expensive than a lot of stuff, about 10 cents. So we're at about 23 cents or so. Then we got, of course, the coin I paid for. I'll cover that in a second. The shipping to this person in Wisconsin is $4.80. We'll call it $5. So we're at $5.25, basically rounding up a bit. And then we'll call some odds and ends for everything else. So we probably got about $5.50 in the overall shipping cost. Now, if I had to guesstimate with fluctuation up and down and stuff, we'll just throw an extra $1 in there, right? So we're at about $6.50 in cost to ship the thing. The American Silver Eagle I bought for $39. I sold it for $55, including shipping. And I bought it in a big bulk amount of them and sell a bunch of them. And so if we do just the basic math, 55 minus the 650 is 48.50. And so I made right around $9.50, maybe $9, which I'm not going to complain about. That's a good profit after all the costs involved to sell the thing. I'll take $9 profit on a coin all day long. Now, if you wanted to send some banknotes out, we want to apply it to that. Like I said, these cardstock backing boards are awesome. Just, of course, cut it down to the appropriate size. You probably don't need as much bubble wrap and all that stuff because I just wanted to protect this coin a little bit more. It is $50. And then, of course, I'm going to throw it into this envelope. I won't show you how to do that. And I like to use these bigger envelopes because when you roll them over, when you seal them, it's just an extra layer of protection. Anyway, like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know what your tips are, what you'd change, what you do differently, or if you like to package these. Let me know in the comments, and I'll put links to all the supplies to get them for real cheap on Amazon and eBay in the description box. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy mailing!